Hi everyone. Gardening is a very rewarding hobby, but if you start with growing a high maintenance plant, it can put you off. I do not want that to happen at all. A simple way to fix this problem is to start with plants that are easier to grow and then move on to high maintenance plants as you gain more experience. I am going to list plants that, in my experience, are low maintenance, are too eager to produce food, and tolerate many kinds of growing conditions. We will start with plants best to grow in spring, then summer, and lastly I will explain why fall could be the season to get really big and delicious harvests. Let's begin with this list. Grow Napa cabbage instead of regular cabbage. Cabbage usually needs full sun to make a head, but Napa cabbage tolerates partial shade. Also, the leaves of Napa cabbage are softer than a regular cabbage, so even if it fails to make a head, you can harvest the inner leaves. It is better than no harvest at all. I prefer broccoli over cauliflower for the same reason. It is more shade tolerant and it gives you multiple harvests. Once you harvest the main broccoli head, it will make many side shoots. Cauliflower does this too sometimes, but again, broccoli is more forgiving to its growing conditions. Small radishes are perfect to grow in spring. You direct sow them and get a quick harvest out of them. Trying to grow bigger radishes may not be ideal in spring because they do flower a lot. But there is another season when they do really well, and we will talk about it during this video. Grow beetroots instead of carrots. Carrots are fun to grow, but are one of the high maintenance plants, at least in the beginning. They are very finicky to germinate. If you don't like beetroots, try the orange and yellow beetroot varieties because the earthy flavor is not as intense in this variety. Peas are so eager to grow in spring, and there are so many varieties available, be it the easy peasy variety for containers or the big sugar magnolia, which still does great in containers. Grow chard instead of spinach, and grow it in partial shade where you can keep it all year long. It does not bolt as easily as spinach does. It may slow down in summer, but otherwise this plant is a trooper, and soon as fall arrives, it will start producing again. Nothing says summer like tomatoes in a garden. Tomatoes do have their problems, but they are so eager to grow that you won't go without a harvest. Honestly, the way tomato plants grow, it feels like they want to take over the world. Grow noodle beans because, as compared to other pole beans, noodle beans start producing quite early on and continue to produce till first frost kills it in fall. Plus, they do fairly well in containers as well. Small sized cucumbers produce profusely in summer. It is a bit of gamble with cucumbers though, because they are prone to so many diseases. Try to find a disease resistant variety and grow cucumber plants away from other cucumber plants to limit any disease spread. Small sized sweet or hot peppers do so well even in partially graded gardens. They produce constantly and you can enjoy them every day. Because they are unlike the large peppers which need more time to make a pepper. Basil cannot miss this list. It brings so much flavor with it and grows very well in containers. In fact, I grow it solely in containers and we keep it right next to our kitchen door to grab few leaves as we need. Okra may not be on everyone's list, but it is a very easy to grow plant and very productive as well. The best part is that it is a great permaculture plant because it can serve a lot of different purposes. You get a good harvest from it, plant it close enough to make a privacy hedge, and let the plant dry to use the stems next season to make trellis. Fall is the time when root vegetables shine. Radishes, turnips, and beetroots grow really big because the weather cools down and the plants are not triggered to make flowers. So, they put their energy into making the roots bigger without making them woody, and as the temperature drops further, fall vegetables grow sweeter. All vegetables that grow well in spring do well in fall as well. I would add kale and mustard to fall list as well, because with change in temperature, the biggest pest of brassica, the white cabbage flies, are gone, and it gives kale and mustard a chance to grow. You need to start seeds for fall planting in July or August. It could be tricky to keep the tiny seedlings alive in heat, but starting them indoors and providing shade while transplanting could help them to survive it. I have a method to plant my garden which helps me take care of transitioning between seasons in my garden. I have covered it in detail in the video linked here, so do check it out next. I would truly appreciate if you can support this channel by liking this video, sharing it, commenting on it, and subscribing. It would help this channel a lot. Thank you so much for your support.